This is another reading from my summer 2024 book reading, and this is called The Wangs versus the World. It's a novel by Jade, Chang, and it's being read by yours truly, Maria Chang Willoughby. And let's read the front inside cover. It says, Charles Wang is mad at America. Well, it says, meet the Wangs, the unforgettable immigrant family whose spectacular fall from glorious riches to still name brand rags brings them together in a way money never could. Charles Wang is mad at America, a brash, big-hearted immigrant businessman who built a cosmetics empire and made a fortune. He's just been ruined by the financial crisis. Now all Charles wants is to get his kids safely moved away so he can go to China and attempt to reclaim his family's ancestral lands and his pride. Charles pulls Andrew, his aspiring comedian son, and Grace, his style-obsessed daughter, out of schools he can no longer afford. Together with their stepmother Barbara, they embark on a cross-country road trip from their foreclosed Bel Air home to the upstate New York hideout of their oldest daughter, disgraced art world it girl, Saina. But with his son waylaid by a temptress in New Orleans, his wife ready to defect for a set of 1,000 thread count cheats, and an epic smash-up in North Carolina, Charles may have to choose between the old world and the new, between keeping his family intact and finally fulfilling his dreams of starting anew in China. And it says, for the Changs, all three of them. This was published in 2016. And here are some quotes. The future has an ancient heart by Carlo Levi, I believe that. To get rich is glorious is a quote by Deng Xiaoping. Okay. Bel Air, California. Charles Wang was mad at America. Actually, Charles Wang was mad at history. If the death-bent Japanese had never invaded China, if a billion misguided students and serfs had never idolized a balding academic who parroted Russian madmen and couldn't pay for his promises, then Charles wouldn't be standing here, staring out the window of his beloved Bel Air home, holding an aspirin in his hand, waiting for those calculating a-holes from the bank that has once gotten down on his Italianate marble knees and kissed his behind to come over and repossess his life. Without history, he wouldn't be here at all. He'd be there, living out his unseen birthright on his family's ancestral acres. A pampered prince in silk robes, writing naughty, brilliant poems, how nice, teasing servant girls, collecting tithes from his peasants, and making them thankful by leaving their tattered households just enough grain to squeeze out more hungry babies. Dang. Instead, the world that should have been his fell apart, and the great belly of Asia tumbled and roiled with a noxious foreign indigestion that spewed him out, bouncing him hard on the tropical joke of Taiwan, and then when he popped right back up, belching him all the way across the vast Pacific Ocean and spearing him onto this faceless green country full of grasping newcomers, right alongside his unclaimed countrymen, the poor, illiterate, ball-scratching half-men from Canton and Fujian, whose highest dreams were a cook's apron and a back-alley backdoor you-know-what. Oh, he shouldn't have been vulgar. Charles Wang wouldn't even know about the things that happen on dirt-packed floors and understained sheets. Centuries of illustrious ancestors, scholars and statesmen and gentlemen farmers all had bred him for fragrant teas unfurling in fresh spring water, for calligraphy brushes of white wolf hair dipped in black deer glue ink, for light-hearted games of chance played amongst true friends. Not this. No, not this. Not for him bastardized Peking duck eaten next to a table full of wannabe rappers and their short, chubby, colored, contact-wearing Filipino girlfriends at Mr. Chow. Not for him shoulder-to-shoulder art openings where he sweated through the collar of his paper-thin cashmere sweater and stared at some sawed-in-half animal floating in formaldehyde whose guts didn't even have the courtesy to leak. Not for him white women who wore silver chopsticks in their hair and smiled at him for approval. Nothing in his long lineage had prepared him for the Western worship of the Dalai Lama and pop stars wearing jade prayer beads and everyone drinking dang on boba chai. He shouldn't be here at all. Never should have set a single unbound foot on the New World. There was no arguing it. History had started effing Charles Wang and America had finished the job. Okay, so we'll stop there. There's a lot of curse words in here, but so far I like the honesty. Love you with the love of Christ. Bye.